have won 4 in a row, looking for a 5th consecutive win tonight and a chance that they clinch a postseason spot tonight if they win and either the Cardinals or the Padres lose. Of course, you hope the Padres don't lose because the Padres are playing the Giants. Maybe the Cardinals can take care of their side of business. Drop one tonight. Dodgers get a win. Check that box, but it is merely a box on the way to what they hope is a 9th consecutive division title. Joe Davis, Earl Hershiser, Kirsten Watson joins us in a moment. Hope you're having a great day. So postseason is great, right? Expectations are that you win the division, though. They're 2.5 back of the Giants, who lead 1-0 in a Buster Posey home run in the first.
They want to make the playoffs, but they want to make it by winning the division. So they've got to continue to stay hot. And this offense needs to continue to support the pitching staff. They not only are supporting them with their bats in a lot of these tight games and getting the little things done, they're starting to wake up in a big way and start to carry the team a little bit. I would tell you that their bats are important, but I'd also tell you that turning batted balls into outs has been very important. Their gloves have been outstanding.
Supporting that pitching staff that over this 27-8 run has been remarkable. A 2.15 ERA, by far the best staff in baseball during this time.
And when you look at a pitching staff, you say, oh, it's got to be some long men in there that are giving it up, or there's got to be some guys they're carrying. No, it is both halves of this staff. It's the starters, yes, with the addition of Max Scherzer, and now the health of Clayton Kershaw and Tony Gonsolin, who goes tonight. But the bullpen behind them, it's lights out, but they're getting these guys the proper rest. It's not always the A-team coming in and finishing games off.
How about these numbers over the last month plus? The league hitting 185 against the Dodger pitching staff, giving up less than a base runner per inning, and that 2.15 ERA by a pretty wide margin, the best in baseball in that time. They hope Tony Gonsolin can pick up where he left off in St. Louis. There was some traffic against him, but he gave up just 1 run in his 3 innings in his first game off the IL.
With Clayton back and now Tony Gonsolin back, and they're both building up, you have 5 starters, so it makes the bullpen relax a little bit. Dave Roberts can use them exactly where he wants them now because there's probably not going to be many bullpen games the rest of the year.
Gonsolin and the Dodgers looking for their 5th consecutive win, trying to get to 40 games above 500 on Hello Kitty night. Dodgers and Diamondbacks coming up from Dodger Stadium.
Since being recalled, Gavin Lux, it's 5 for 9, has an RBI, 4 runs. It's really just being impactful at the plate. Dave Roberts told us that he just thinks that Gavin is seeing the ball so clearly. It's calm there. What are you seeing from him that's allowed him to come in and immediately contribute offensively?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's definitely brought his dancing shoes from AAA, but I love Gavin Lux's approach at the plate. He seems very calm, relaxed, going the other way, and defensively, he has been solid in left field. And one advice, Tim, let your stud center fielder, Cody Bellinger, do his thing out there in center.
So we're just going to go like this and you stay out the way? Let's get inside to Joe and Oral.
Thought Jerry was maybe to give some dancing advice after we saw those moves there. Beautiful night for baseball. Temperature in the high 60s as the Dodgers go for their 5th consecutive win. They face off with this lineup for the Arizona Diamondbacks and their manager Torey Lovullo, with Josh Rojas leading it off, and then Ketel Marte out of the 2 spot. First game this series for Dalton Varsho, who they've been very pleased with over the last month or so. One of the bright spots for them in their very difficult season. First start of the weekend of the week for David Peralta, with Pavin Smith in right field hitting 5th. Josh Van Meter's at 3rd. Seth Beer, who made his debut last weekend in Seattle, it's his first start of the series, and Jake McCarthy is in center field hitting 8th. 12th game of the season for Tony Gonsolin, his 2nd one off of the injured list in St. Louis on Thursday. 3 hits and 2 walks, but he gave up just 1 run, and it's kind of been the story all year for him. Or when he's been on the mound, there's been traffic, but still just 2.79 ERA.
You know, I like the way Tony throws the ball, especially when he keeps it down. It does have these sporadic bouts of loss of control, and there's no longer the problem with the shoulder. He is saying the shoulder is feeling good, and we're seeing some results from that shoulder because his last start, the first one back, the average fastball was his 2nd best of the year. So strength and endurance is not a problem. I think the main thing he needs to concentrate on is the height of his pitches, because the slider and the split finger change will be great if he can locate the fastball low and really create that window for those 2 off-speed pitches.
Dodgers have won 4 straight, and his fellow pitchers have been the story. Just 5 runs allowed during that winning streak, and off we go with a fastball that's located at the bottom of the zone for strike 1 on Rojas.
Love it. Get confidence in being able to hold on to the ball that long and drive it to the downhill part of the strike zone, the knees. Look at that. We'll take that all day long, because pre-injury, when Tony was Tony, that's the way he was. Fill up the zone and fill it at the bottom, the top, but then great action off of that fastball window.
Slicing fly down the line to left. Long run for Lux. It's going to peel its way to the seats and become a souvenir. Third year with big league time for Tony Gonsolin. 27 years old, out of Vacaville, California. Debuted with 11 games in 2019, 9 games in the short regular season last year. Big role in the postseason. You put it all together, he has a 2.66 big league ERA. And his 0-2 pitch is a splitter. The ass down to third, no swing, ball one.
Very close. Yep, very close. But you know what? It's being set up already by the low fastball and being able to get that splitter down.
Another good one.
Rehab is physical, but it's also mental. And the mental part, once you get back into competition, is that you can do something at a elite level and at a strenuous level for a long period of time, that you don't kind of default away from it. And when, as a pitcher with a shoulder issue, it's letting go of the ball too early. Do I really have the ability to throw 100 pitches right out there at the very end?
Bouncing ball to Trey Turner, and a ground out to open the night. Now you go back to his rookie year 2019, and he talks about one of the best lessons he got. It came from Rich Hill, and Rich took years to learn this himself, but that is to really focus on attacking, just coming after him every time you get a chance to pitch. And Tony said that's just, it's not possible when you're thinking about the shoulder all the time to really have that attitude that Rich Hill instilled in him, and that made him him over his first year plus.
Aches and pains and not feeling like you can do it is a big hurdle for pitchers, especially in a comeback.
Strike one on Ketel Marte. Even if it feels okay, when he's been dealing with it as much as he has this year, always there in the back of your mind.
It can be, and that's what rehab is for. But you never get to the point where you go, okay, I'm doing this in Double A, I'm doing this in Triple A, I'm doing it in my side works. You've got to do it in the game.
Strike three. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to the National League's leading hitter, Ketel Marte.
You're just getting back into big league competition, a few games under your belt. Starting off hot is really good. And that's where Tony is right now.
If they get 10 of those tonight, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with the purchase of a large drink. 2 up, 2 down in this first inning. Here's Dalton Varsho. A curve land, strike one. Varsho 7 for his last 15 with a home run and 3 doubles. And as Arizona has struggled to this 47 and 97 year, when you appear and try and find some silver linings, his performance has been one. He too is in an 0-2 hole. Hello, Tony Gonsolin. 12 pitches, 11 of them strikes in a 1-2-3 first.
It's not immaculate, but it is very encouraging.
It's Tuesday night with Mookie Betts to lead it off, and then it'll be Max Muncy. Trey Turner bats third, starts at second base. Heart of the lineup: Seager, Justin Turner, and Will Smith. After Barnes caught game 1, Bellinger's in center, and another start for Gavin Lux in left. Another pitcher on the mound that has dealt with shoulder issues this year. For Luke Weaver, he missed 3.5 months with a shoulder issue. This is his third start back. Held the Padres to a run over 6 innings in his first one, and then against the Rangers last Wednesday, 3 runs in 5 innings. And he has returned a different guy.
No, he sure has. He's changed his delivery. He's simplified some of the movements to have better command. And because of his shoulder, no, his shoulder is fine, but he has eliminated some pitches. And he's really turned into a two-pitch pitcher, a fastball changeup pitcher. He wants to master those two pitches and the location of them and the way they relate to each other than thinking about somebody who has to master 3 or 4 pitches and then trying to be a mystery to the hitter.
Because conventional wisdom is that to be a starter in the big leagues, you need 3 good pitches. 4 is better, but you see more and more guys just throwing their best stuff. And he pointed to Kevin Gausman as inspiration for that, who's basically gone fastball splitter. And so why can't I do that too? It's a fastball a little bit high on Mookie Betts. Fastball and the changeup have always been his best pitches. That's pretty much all he's throwing now. It's a half swing and a roller to Weaver for the first out of the game.
It'll be a new approach for this whole Dodger lineup to see the new delivery and come up with some new cues of how they're going to time their swings and when they're going to start, with Weaver not going conventionally with the step back and then into a leg kick.
One gone for Muncy. Dodgers have seen quite a bit of Luke Weaver through the years. He's in his 3rd year with Arizona after they got him in the Paul Goldschmidt deal from St. Louis, and he's made 4 starts against them. 0-2 with a +7 ERA. Overall numbers there, including a couple starts that he made against him while he was in St. Louis. Team that drafted him in the 1st round out of Florida State in 2014. Former Seminole comes home with an 0-1 and finds the corner 0-2.
Since coming off the IL, though, his ERA is a little over 3.25, so he's a little different pitcher than that 7 ERA now.
Froggy.
Yeah, he had a little Rich Hill fall through there.
It's going to be a good night. We get a Rich Hill reference in the top and the bottom of the 1st. 2-2. Dodgers trying to get Muncy going again. The .252 average, the lowest that it's been for him since mid-May. On a 2-2, takes a changeup, ball 3. The only guy that didn't get involved last night is the Dodgers had 11 hits, 5 of them for extra bases. Once he struggled to an 0 for 5. Using Pujols' bat. That did the trick for Justin Turner. Homered twice with one of his bats the last couple of days. This is a liner that is misread by Smith, and a gift of a double for Max Muncy. Wow.
Smith's route is very deceiving. You think he thinks it's going to go off the wall almost the way he pulls up, and did he lose it a little bit? But he definitely had enough range if he's running to the right spot to get to that ball.
Smith, who is a first baseman by trade, has really just started playing outfield over the last year. Looked very much like that there. Runner in scoring position for Trey Turner. Who is 6 for 8 against Luke Weaver. And 2. Nick Castellanos today went 1 for 5, and so his average is at 314. Turner leading the batting race by 2 points. No score first inning. 0-2 pitch from Luke Weaver. On a 1-2, Turner smacks it by the bat down the line, past a diving Beer to open the scoring. Muncy is in, Turner to second, back-to-back doubles, and it's 1-0. One of the best two-strike hitters in baseball from the start this year. Shows it again right there.
One of the things about being a two-pitch pitcher is two pitches that relate to each other in a window, but they really don't leave the window very much with the fastball and the changeup. Is against the better hitters, they're going to put a lot of balls in play. There's not going to be that wipeout slider or curveball.
Oh, what a bummer for Seth Beer, who just made his big league debut on Friday. The first baseman leaves after that diving attempt where he almost got it. Just hate it. And so they're going to have to move some pieces around. Henry Ramos comes into the game. He's going to play right, and Pavin Smith will move into first.
That arm just gets caught in the extended position, and then when the body weight hits it, it just doesn't fold in a way that's going to keep you injury free.
So back-to-back doubles from Muncy and Trey Turner. Corey Seager comes up now. Then we take a look at our Landover Performance Spotlight. He's hitting .340 over his last 15 games, and in that time, probably the Dodgers' hottest hitter.
He really is. This is a guy, when he is hot, he can carry a team, and he has been in the middle of a lot of rallies or driving in runs. We know about his MVP awards, and he is starting to swing the bat like the way he did in the playoffs last year.
And really, this is right around the time when he started to do it last year. He was good over the first month, but really turned it on late August, early September. Carried that into October. Weaver's sitting there saying, this guy, it's Trey Turner, 7 for 9 against him now.
This is a strike. There's a really good chance it's been put in play.
Tried to.
Fastball changeup, you know, it's like it's only about the speed.
Still has a curveball, still has a cutter that he sprinkled 1 or 2 of in each game. Started him with a fastball here on an 0-1. Goes to the change and it misses. Weaver in his 6th big league season. It was 3 with the Cardinals and now 3 with Arizona. Got off to a great start with the Diamondbacks in 2019, but then he missed most of the second half with an elbow injury. And then last year, still working his way back from that, he was 1-9 with a .658. Said he lost who he was. Made some compensations for the pain that he was feeling in the elbow. Made some alterations to his delivery. He says now, looking back on it, probably overthinking the elbow injury. Trying to pitch around the pain, trying to pitch around what he thought had caused the injury in the first place. And just got all out of whack. Here's his 2-1 pitch. Taken for ball 3.
One of the foundations of who he is now on the mound is trying to let his changeup play, get it in the strike zone more, not just be a chase pitch.
Perfect example.
Yeah, he's got to. If he's going to pitch with just the 2 pitches predominantly, then he's going to have to throw it for a strike, or the hitters are just going to push that one off to the side and just look for the heater. And you could have a theory with him of, you know, when it's low, let it go. When it's high, let it fly, as far as a hitter's concerned.
Seager takes the walk. 3 consecutive base runners for the Dodgers. Oh, I mentioned Justin Turner getting hot with the Albert Pujols bat. He's hit 4 home runs in his last 7 games. After he got one yesterday. Here you see those 4 on StatCast, powered by Google Cloud.
The last couple games he's had a few, and he's had 6 RBIs right in the middle of all the scoring. The average might have taken a hit over the last few days, but the power has not.
Yeah, 6 RBIs those last 2 games. He had 6 RBIs the previous 25 combined. And then a big 3-run home run on Sunday. Helped put that one out of reach. Before driving in 3 more yesterday with a 2-run double and the solo shot. Another first inning chance for the Dodgers, who got 3 in the first inning yesterday in the 5-1 win. Gets in the hands, down the line, and strike 1. Dodgers 92-53. That's a 103 win pace, which would put him 5th all time in Dodger history. You know, the 2017 team that was like impossibly good, they won 104.
Oh, wow.
And this team that just can't quite catch the Giants, on pace for 103. 0-2 on Turner. Of course, the context colored by what's going on around you in the standings. That season, they won the division by 11 games. So even though they were horrible in September, it didn't matter because nobody else was any good. This is all colored by what's happening up north. There goes Turner. And he takes 3rd without a throw.
Seager missed the jump at first. He's a little upset with himself over there. See how he stutter steps. Trey with such a good jump that Corey's like, are we really leaving now?
This is too early, Trey.
Too early. We're going to be at the party too early.
Yeah, you never want to be the first one.
No, Trey left early like it's Los Angeles traffic and you're not sure how long it's going to take you.
Call the Uber an hour early. Turner fights it off, stays alive. These days you got to.
Oh, you just never know. Justin, not the kind of hitter that gets anxious when a guy's possibly going to throw him a changeup, because he is so good at taking the fastball the opposite way. He'll still be on that off-speed pitch.
Tries to lay off and does.
A portion of that attempted swing is getting out of the way, so the bat really never leaves his shoulder. And just avoiding the ball.
Same thing we say anytime somebody's checking over to first or Trey Turner at third. You better watch out. You can just see it in Trey's body language anytime that happens too. Starts to lean towards home. At the corners with one gone, and on a 2-2 pitch, Turner fouls it again. Count goes full. And Luke Weaver has thrown 25 pitches and gotten just one out. Eighth pitch coming in this at bat with Turner. Back-to-back doubles from Muncy and Trey Turner. Then a walk for Seager. Trey steals third. The payoff. Got him with a high fastball. And Turner swings at what would have been ball 4. Juicy up fastball, though hard to lay off of. And 2 away in the first.
If it's high, let it fly, and he's concentrating on making sure he gets it up. He's working in the hole and back. Justin just goes a little too far up the ladder for that one.
So it'll be up to Will Smith to add on here in the first inning. Yesterday off with Barnes catching Kershaw. Smith comes in top 10 in the league in on base and in slugging since the break. With great numbers against Arizona this year. He, like the team as a whole, is taking care of business against a team they should have. Winning 12 of the 14 meetings. One and 0.
In this marathon of a season, when you are resting certain guys, you have Austin Barnes in there, but Austin goes 2 for 4 and really helps out, does a nice job catching. It's just, those are part of the anatomy of a hot streak. The resting days, maybe you're going to rest Justin Turner and Max Muncy. Maybe you're going to rest, Trey Turner and Will Smith, and all of a sudden you still get 5 runs and you still win, and now your A team supposedly is in there and rested. It's a good thing.
Especially a catcher, right? What a luxury to be able to put somebody in who you feel good about.
Yeah, Austin has the respect of the whole staff and really the knowledge of the whole league. And if anything happened to Will, you'd be fine now, because you know what? He is swinging the bat at a very high level. And he looks really comfortable in the box, and he's getting a lot of results.
Two on, 2 out, and a 1-2 pitch. Smith hits one in the air the other way. Ramos drifting back onto the track, comfortably makes the catch. He just missed it, and the Dodgers settle for 1 in the first. How about our keys to the game, brought to you by your Southern California Lexus dealers? I'm glad to see you didn't go with 3 5 for Fighting songs like you came into the booth all fired up about doing.
5 for Fighting, 5 runs by the Dodgers. You are 63-11. That'll give you a fighting chance to get a W. We don't need a Superman. We need all 9 guys to pitch in. And Tony, avoid traffic. Stay away from the walks. The hits might come, but not with the stuff he's thrown so far. 12 pitches, 11 strikes. That will avoid traffic.
5 for Fighting has 3 songs.
They have, it's an individual.
Okay. Strike one.
It's a gentleman whose name is really hard to pronounce, so he changed his stage name to 5 for Fighting. But he has a great song, Superman.
Yeah.
Got 100 years, which will kind of a tearjerker. So yeah, I kind of like. Oh, we're not going to start.
But that's the one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We only got 100 years to live.
Yep.
Make me cry.
Yeah.
1-2.
I'm not that naive.
There, yeah.
Men weren't meant to ride with clouds between their knees.
Are you following Dieter, or are you just on your
more
own?
than a plane, more than some pretty face beside a train. Whatever.
Such a beautiful singing voice. 1-2 from Gonsolin. Got him swinging, and he's retired the first 4. 3 in a row via the strikeout.
The crew got a laugh out of me saying that Tony's first inning with 12 pitches, 11 strikes was very encouraging, and with that strikeout there, I am still encouraged.
Did they think I was underselling it?
I think so.
Pavin Smith takes a fastball a little bit low, 1-0. It looked like a different guy.
It does. And you know what? I think it's a combination of just getting back out there, gaining a little confidence in his stuff, and now just letting it go.
Line drive to center for Bellinger. 2 away in the second. And regardless of the results, those have obviously been perfect through 5 hitters, but just the way he's moving around, the body language, him asking for that check swing to the first or second hitter of the game with a little more moxie. And he got through that first inning, which has been the biggest issue for him. Dodgers 1, D-backs nothing. 2 gone second inning. Here's Josh Van Meter, who has 6 for his last 43. On an 0-1 from Gonsolin. Lifts a curveball in the air to center field. Bellinger running back on it at the track with room. 6 up, 6 down for Tony Gonsolin very efficiently in a 1-0 lead for the Dodgers. Elizabeth from San Bernardino, and her favorite player is A.J. Pollock, who's working his way back from that hamstring injury. Go to Dodgers.com/JRDodgers to learn more about how you can be the next junior Dodger of the game. On a Trey Turner double, they lead 1-0 to the last of the second. Hey, you know how the guys in studio get to call their shot?
Yep.
Can I do that?
Why not?
I'm going to say Cody Bellinger gets his first home run in a month today.
All right.
Well, if you give him a pitch to hit.
He's got a few more.
4 for 8 with 2 home runs against Luke Weaver. And ahead 2-0.
Tony Gonsolin with 20 pitches through 2 innings. Weaver 30 pitches in the first.
On 2-0. Swings and misses at a good changeup. 2-1. The Bellinger back-to-back games with an extra base hit after he went a month without one. On a 2-1. He leaves it up and away for ball 3.
You can say he's not getting anything good to hit, or this is a really good hitter's count.
3-1. 3-2. The Padres have tied it. 1-1 third inning in San Francisco. Giants have won 8 in a row. Bellinger belts one on the line to second. Marte's got it for the first out. Dodgers 1, D-backs nothing. Here comes Gavin Lux. Getting a run of playing time here, all in left field. His sense getting called back up. He's hit well. He's been on base 8 of his last 10 times up there.
His look is different too. We talk about Tony Gonsolin's body language, facial expressions, the aggressiveness. I think we're seeing the same thing with Gavin Lux since he's returned.
Takes a strike. Out there every day, getting early work in left field, still coming in, getting early work in the infield, staying fresh there. On 3 pitches, Weaver sits him down. His second K and 2 gone in the second.
Number 26, Tony Gonsolin.
Just a fastball at the top of the strike zone, and he can't pull the trigger on.
Healthy rip from Gonsolin. Was also feeling pretty good about his pitcher's BP the other day. Pretty accomplished college hitter. St. Mary's. Hey, breaking ball from Weaver. We'll get 1 or 2 of those a game, and he saves it for the pitcher.
Maybe bringing it along for the next time around the order.
2 in a row.
Definitely a strategy you use as a starting pitcher, that if you've been dominant with 1 or 2 pitches or a side of the plate, you might use the bottom of the order to get a few pitches ready for the next time around the order.
3 consecutive breaking balls. First 3 that he throws today to get Gonsolin. And a 1-2-3 second for Luke Weaver.
It's time for this.
World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And by Jack in the Box. Try the new $6.99 cluck sandwich combos only at Jack in the Box. Dodgers of the first inning run. On to the third we go. 1-0. Earlier today, prior to the game, Rick Honeycutt, the great Rick Honeycutt, longtime pitching coach of the Dodgers. Now works for the front office, several different roles. Got honored pregame.
Still works hard at baseball and helping the young pitchers. Give Mark Pryor a hug there. Still works hard on his handicap. He's a single-digit handicapper, even after some back surgery. Shoots in the low 70s and teaches pitchers how to pitch really well.
Spent traveling around the minor leagues. What a great resource for the Dodgers to have, for the Dodger minor leaguers to have. Back here at Dodger Stadium, kind of a year-end debrief, downloading some of the stuff he learned watching those guys over the season.
He inherited, you know, the Kershaws and the Buehlers and the Uriases, Gonsolins, the Mays, but now he is helping to groom them, and then Mark Pryor will inherit them.
Bottom third of the Arizona lineup. Henry Ramos, who didn't think he was playing today, came on when Seth Beer was injured, diving for a ground ball in the first inning. And so Ramos, who started yesterday, is in there quickly today. Gonsolin started him with a curveball. And now gives him a fastball that sprayed foul. Rick Honeycutt, one of the all-time great guys.
For sure. When I first came to the Dodgers, he became my catch buddy. And then we became very close friends. And I found out that today's ceremony was for appreciation, not for retirement. And I said, Rick, I already appreciate you. I pick up the dinner tab every once in a while. I let you win at golf.
Right. So what more do you need from me?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I've got to do a video now and say something. We vacation together. We hang out. So, yeah, our families are very close.
2-2. Full count. Well, the Giants wasted no time retaking the lead. Jake Arrieta's pickoff throw goes into the stands, and the Giants lead 2-1.
Of course it does.
Leadoff walk for Ramos and the first base runner for Arizona. Arrieta's teams have lost each of his last 10 starts. 8 with the Cubs and his first 2 with the Padres. And so far tonight, Arrieta has given up 5 hits and 2 walks through 3 innings. 8-hitter Jake McCarthy. Through 10 games in the majors, 5 for 24 with 11 Ks. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Back-to-back hitters, he starts with curveballs.
He's thrown first pitch strike to 7 out of 8 hitters. Getting ahead. He's lost Ramos from a 0-2 count.
Nice splitter, 0-2. Ramos has a decent lead. Gonsolin fires. It's a great take.
Well, that was an excellent pitch. Yeah, it was a great take. He gives him a lot of plate to offer at that one, and it barely just dives out of the strike zone. I don't know if it was a great take or just so fooled. Forget it. I didn't swing.
And it missed.
Yeah.
It's a pitch that he started throwing right after the Dodgers drafted him. Drafted him in 2016. He started throwing it in 2017. Said it took him about a year before he felt like he had any kind of feel for it. So that puts you in 2018. He was in the majors with that pitch 1 year later. And the feel has come and gone. It was really good for stretches of last season. But as the year went on, kind of lost the feel for it. Postseason didn't really have it. And he said that was one of the bummers about the shoulder issue, is that he had great feel for the splitter.
And because it has come and gone, and because when it's on, it's so devastating, there's a flux in which pitches he uses and how his splits turn out between lefties and righties. So right now, this year, it's more sliders than splits. And it's also right-handers are hitting less than left-handers often. But when the split is good, he dominates lefties, and when the slider is good, he dominates righties. Now, if he gets to a place where they're both on, that's when he's going to have games and stretches that he's just going to dominate the league.
Ramos walks to start the inning, and now 2-2 to Jake McCarthy. Got him with a breaking pitch. Not necessarily where he wanted, but he gets away with it and gets his 4th K.
It's definitely his 4th pitch. And the slider, when it has surpassed the split finger change, you have to remember that the slider was in development when he got here. And so for that to be up to speed to a point where he actually throws it more than the split change now is really a good sign for the future and how devastating his arsenal could be.
A bunt laid down foul by Weaver.
The 4th pitch is usually the curveball. The slider tonight, he hasn't thrown very much, just a few of them. we'll see how he wants to bring that pitch along. There's the slider right there.
Slider going to be mid to high 80s. Curveball down around 80.
And the slider definitely goes a little bit more right to left. The curveball for him, he's trying to make it a 12-6, pretty straight down drop.
Weaver going to try it again with 2 strikes. And this time he does the job. Muncy plays it. Turner covers. 2 out. Ramos to scoring position. A word from Carls Jr.
Wahlburgers, shakes, and tots now at Morongo.
Carl sounded a lot like Morongo. Good times. Back to the top of Josh Rojas. Grounded out his first time after a 2-hit game yesterday. This is where Gonsolin, even in a very stop and start difficult season, has been able to make pitches. Runners on, runners in scoring position. Comes downhill to Rojas. And just misses with the splitter. Plenty of hits, plenty of walks, but he strands runners at as high a rate as anybody in the league. That's a 1-0 fly. Strike 1.
When Tony first got to the big leagues, you remember it was kind of up and down, and when he'd go back down to the minors, and talking to the coaches down there, it was all about syncing up his lower half with his upper half. And I think that's much easier to do from the stretch than from the windup. And so I think that's why he is much better at pitching with men on. You know, a little bit more complicated, a little more linear motion, kind of being aggressive towards home plate with the windup with nobody on. The parts in the delivery maybe a little bit looser, but in the stretch it's pretty angular. Kind of can line everything up. Kind of, here we go, I'm lined all up, bam, quick simple movements and back at him. And I think he makes a lot of good pitches from that delivery.
Same thing we discussed with Luke Weaver, who's gone to kind of a modified stretch at all times. A lot to simplify and get rid of any moving parts, any extra parts.
Well, we saw that even with Julio Urias and his growth. The windup was a little bit big and wide, and at times the leg kick looked a little lazy, but from the stretch with men on, there was this aggression and really intent.
Fly ball right field. Mookie Betts, and 3 scoreless for Tony Gonsolin.
MLB The Show 21 is available now on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and with Xbox Game Pass. Own your rivals. Own the show. Rated E for everyone.
First inning run for the Dodgers on back-to-back doubles from Muncy and Trey Turner. And about to get their second look at Luke Weaver, who was pretty much exclusively fastball changeup to the position players, and then went 3 straight curveballs to get Tony Gonsolin. So it'd be interesting to see if, like you said, that was to get that ready to go for the second time through. Betts grounded out on the check swing to open the game. He extends his hitting streak to 7 games on the first pitch of the 3rd.
Look up base hit to right field from a right-handed hitter, and this is exactly the way you want to hit it. First pitch fastball for a strike with a nice smooth swing on it.
Yeah, during this winning streak, this 4-game winning streak, yeah, the pitching's been outstanding, but the offense has started to look more like it should. It's maybe not been 7-8 runs every day, and it's never going to be 7-8 runs every day, but more connected at bats, less chasing, more situational hitting. This feels better.
It really does, and I think there's applying more stress to the opposing pitching staff too, and I think we feel that with the quality of at bat. Each guy kind of grinding it out.
Two 2-0 on Muncy.
I think it helps too when Gavin Lux at the bottom of the order. Cody Bellinger starting to look better down there, make better swings. You see Gavin huddle up with the two Batmen.
Brant Brown, Rob Van Scoyoc. Pitching has carried them to this point. Hoping the offense can carry some of the load over the final few weeks. 17 games left. Oh yeah, he's using 55s. Bat again. Magic. The machine works again. Handed his bat to Muncy, who crushes his 33rd home run.
So many ways to help your teammates. Letting them borrow your equipment. Albert to Muncy. Muncy to the seats.
So Albert's got 679 in his career, and then his bat has gotten 3 over the last 3 days. 2 for Turner and now 1 for Muncy. His second longest home run of the year at 436 feet. Amazing. Scherzer's saying, I'm about to do that. I'm about to use that bat. I'm going to go yard, or at least get a hit. 2 shy, matching his career high. Trey Turner now flipping a pop up near the dugout, out of room.
Max had some hesitation in the box there and pretty much knew it was gone.
Dodgers up 3-0. 2 balls, 1 strike on Trey Turner, who drove in the first run. Here he gets his bat on it, serves it into center field for McCarthy.
Albert better order some more bats.
Yeah, 1 for everybody.
Number 5, Corey Seager.
I bet the company could make that happen for him.
Oh yeah. And you want him to order them, because when Albert's order comes in, the wood is going to be as special as it can be. You order it with his size and weight and your name on it, you might not get the same wood that Albert would get.
0-1 on Seager.
There's definitely different classes of wood for certain guys and exact specifications.
Get the placebo effect, though.
Yeah.
I am so strong.
I feel like a machine.
What do they say in the Sports Center commercial? Why didn't you eliminate them, Albert? Into the shift, through the shift, Seager's aboard. Marte couldn't make the play. They go down to Z4.
He laid back a little bit on this ball and let the ball play him, but he was probably thinking about, if I charge it, I'm going to be right by the cut of the grass where the dirt is, and so I'll just stay back here and take one more hop on the grass, and it kind of squirts on him. Corey Seager taking nothing for granted. Ran that one out and got there to first.
1 on 1 out for Justin Turner. Top 4 in the order has reached combined 6 times out of 8 plate appearances. Turner worked it full his first time, struck out on the 8th pitch on a high fastball. He's ahead here 2-0.
They are working him in continuously, and to the point where Justin's probably going to start looking for that pitch. And even if it's on the inside corner, if he's opening up and looking for it, you could hit it a long way to left field.
Coming back in there. That squeeze a little bit. Ball 3.
First at bat, they were pounding him in there with the fastball. Here they've gone back-to-back changeups to the inside part, just trying to get him out front.
Seven-year-old out of Florida, Luke Weaver, deals a 3-1, and Turner fouls it off. He goes full again. The payoff.
You could see on that swing that Justin was anticipating something in, so he was just kind of feeling and protecting for that ball away. That's where the subtle adjustments in the game come, because that's ball usually he handles very well, but he's playing the game of where most of the pitches have been. It's like they're trying to go away again.
He protects. Next pitch will be the 16th that he's seen in his 2 plate appearances tonight. A lot of information gathered.
So smooth in the box. Timing is immaculate. Just really, really good at his rhythm and matching the rhythm of the pitcher.
8th one comes home, and Turner pokes one to right base hit. He is a beautiful hitter when he's right.
Well, Mookie went that way and hit a line drive. Justin, after all the pitches that he's seen, especially the ones on the inside you see right there away, he's just got enough swing to kind of just drop the hands into the hitting area, get the barrel on the right path, and hit a line drive to right. Not his hardest swing, not as far as he could hit the ball, but a very functional place to swing the bat and hit it.
So with runners at first and second, up comes Will Smith. Applied to the track and right his first time. He's used the whole field more than ever this year. In prior years had one of the highest pull percentages in baseball. Going to center more, going the other way more. He did his first time. Seager at second, Turner at first. Smith takes the ball. Back to Weaver. Over the head of Marte into center. Ugly inning for the Diamondbacks continues. Seager in to score 4-0.
Hit that weak lead back to the mound. It's usually a 1-out play, and they don't even record one. Thrown up the hill, and that's the direction he threw the ball. That is a tough play for a pitcher. A lot of times you want to clear yourself off the mound or remind yourself this is not going to be a double play because I've got to really concentrate, take my time on this throw. He tried to make it 2 and didn't get 1.
Seager reached on an air. He scores on an air. Dodgers with 1 in the first, now 3 here in the third. Still just 1 gone as Bellinger gets ready to hit. Grounded out his first time.
I love the reception that he still gets. They can see his average up on the scoreboard, but they still appreciate his talent, what he's done for him, and they're helping him out by giving him a huge round of applause when he steps into the box.
First pitch from Weaver is low for ball 1. One.
Dodgers have punished Weaver's fastball tonight. They're 4 for 9 off it with a home run. Cody might need to catch up to one of those fastballs to drive in a run here.
Ahead 2-1. He's gotten ahead both times against Weaver. Hit it hard his first time, but right at Marte at second. "69 pitches through 2 1/3. The 2-1. The 2-2. Got a piece of it to stay alive. Justin Turner at third, Will Smith at first. Another 2-2 from Weaver to Bellinger.
You see all the contact the Dodgers are making, even on the foul balls. It just shows you the pattern of the 2 pitches he's mainly using. It's about when can they hit it solidly or hit it in fair territory. It's not really about the swing and miss.
Tries again. Chop the first. Right to the bag goes Smith. Tag play at second and a double play to end the inning. But the Dodgers get 3. Max Muncy with a 2-run shot using Theo Albert's bat. 33rd of the season, within 2 of matching his career high.
To Dodger Stadium to mark the 40th anniversary of Fernando Valenzuela in his rookie season. All of the excitement that surrounded the Dodger pitcher, the one that helped lead the team to the 1981 World Series championship. Spectrum Sportsnet is airing a 1-hour special documentary tomorrow night after the game at 11 p.m. Tomorrow is also his bobblehead night, so lots to celebrate for Fernando Valenzuela, guys.
Been a fun homestand to give away. Tommy's bobblehead last night, Fernando tomorrow, and it is a really cool one. Check them out, and there's the real thing. Tony Gonsolin goes back to work. Ball 1 on Ketel Marte. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for Arizona. Gonsolin's given up just 1 base runner through 3. Here in his second start off of the IL. He was encouraged by what he did his first time, really more how he felt than what the results were. The results have matched how he's felt through 3 tonight.
He looks strong again, and much better location, strike percentage, attacking.
Facing an Arizona team that he's seen more than any other in his career. Saw him first game of his career. He's seen him 6 other times. And looking for his first win against him. Ground ball through. First base hit of the game for the Diamondbacks. A leadoff single from Marte.
Number 12, Dalton
7 out of
Varsho.
the 9 outs for Tony have been on breaking balls. This one's a fastball, and it's not a bad pitch. It just finds its way to the outfield grass. It just squeaks through. That hit happens, you just say, don't change a thing. Just keep on going.
Dodgers 4, D-backs nothing. Here's Dalton Varsho. Out of Chile, Wisconsin. He's a cheesehead.
Few people from Wisconsin were a little upset with me on Twitter, just getting on the cheeseheads.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit. I said enough. I'm a Dodger fan, but I'm also a Packer fan.
Oh, that part.
Don't rub in our loss.
Dalton is a diehard Packers fan who hits a chopper to second for Trey Turner to get the lead runner. One away.
They're out with a breaking ball. He's done a nice job with the split, being able to establish it for a strike. It's been a nice job with the curveball and the slider.
One on, one out for David Peralta. Struck out his first time. He's been exactly league average this year. Great pick by Smith.
See more and more catchers turn into first basemen with that ball in the dirt. You know, at first base, when you get a ball in the dirt from one of your infielders, your picking motion is to push towards the ball with your glove, not to kind of try and pick it and time it, you know, bottom to top. So catchers are doing more of that. They're pushing their glove forward and cutting down on the hop.
Fly to center and Bellinger. Peralta is out number 2. We talk about the role of a third baseman changing so much. Often he plays on the right side of the infield. The role of a catcher has changed a lot too. What is asked of him, you know, the emphasis on framing and less of an emphasis on controlling the running game, with less of a running game to control across baseball. 2 gone. Here's Pavin Smith. Fouled into the glove. 0-1. No 2. Took him 55 pitches to go 3 innings his last time. 52 pitches and looking for the last out of the 4th.
Another good stop from Will Smith, this time with the forehand. Watch this. It's in front of home plate and he still gets it in the glove.
So now 1-2. Couldn't lay off that back foot breaking ball. Tony Gonsolin gets his 5th strikeout of the game through 4 scoreless. Back at Dodger Stadium on our T-Mobile coverage cam. Dodgers up 4-0, looking for their 5th consecutive win. And looking for their 29th win in their last 36 games. Tony Gonsolin due up 2nd this inning. He just got his 5th strikeout. 5 more and everybody gets that jumbo jack. Lux to lead it off. Weaver carved him up first time, struck him out on 3 pitches. Cheesehead.
Yes, he is. We've got a lot of cheese going on.
Great people out of Wisconsin.
That away, get him back on our good side.
I mean it, though.
I know you do.
Every last one of them. 1-2. Devin from Kenosha, right on Lake Michigan, just north of Illinois. 1-2 pitch. You know, there's a beer that you can only get in Wisconsin that is amazing.
Do you know the name of it?
Spotted Cow.
Oh, really? And only in Wisconsin?
Only in Wisconsin. People will drive a long ways into Wisconsin to get that beer. Weaver gets Lux swinging for the 1st out of the 4th.
Is there a published reason why they want to just keep it within the state?
I don't know. I think I'm being told taxes. Maybe it's the answer with a lot of things, I guess. But
okay.
It's not nearly as romantic as I was hoping the answer was. But there is something romantic about that you got to go to Wisconsin to get it.
Yeah.
Gonsolin struck out his 1st time and takes a strike here. spend much time there, Wisconsin?
No, A-ball with Clinton, Iowa. So we went into Wisconsin to play some games, but they were in the other division.
Gonsolin hits a high liner to right that backs up Ramos, but he makes a nice play. Good swing. 2 out.
Very hitterish.
Two up, 2 down here in the 4th. Betts comes up. 1 out of 2 tonight. Doesn't get the call on a fastball, and it's 1-0. Mookie extended his hitting streak to 7 games his last time up. Hitting close to 500 in that time. Got the call that time, 1-1. Here comes a 1-1. And Mookie with sort of a 3/4 swing hits a soft liner to first, caught by Smith, and a 1-2-3 inning for Luke Weaver. Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. If you're looking for a used car, go with the best and check out a Toyota certified used vehicle. On this date in 1968, the year of the pitcher, and no bigger day in that year than this one when Denny McClain of the Tigers won his 30th game. First guy to do that in 34 years. Got to go back to 1934 when Dizzy Dean did it for the Cardinals. And in 52 seasons since, not only has nobody won 30 again, only Bob Welch has exceeded 25. He won 27 with Oakland in 1990. Julio Urias leading the majors right now with 17. 4 scoreless for Gonsolin. He goes back out there to face Josh Van Meter. 6, 7, and 8 coming up.
The other headliners that year in '68 for pitching were Bob Gibson and his ERA below 2. Mickey Lolich. Yeah, Mickey Lolich won 3 games in the World Series for the Detroit Tigers. Happened to beat Bob Gibson in Game 7 to get his 3rd victory. Don Drysdale with his scoreless streak. And with all that success and low batting average by the batters, they decided to lower the mound. Help out the offense.
(3-0), which is rare tonight for Gonsolin, who has pounded the zone.
His only walk started with an 0-2 count.
There's a strike. And a leadoff walk.
Join us on Thursday, September 30th, as the Dodgers take on the Padres and bring home your own piece of history. Backed by popular demand, the first 30,000 fans in attendance will receive 2020 World Series replica rings, courtesy of Bank of America. To purchase, visit Dodgers.com/tickets. I almost had to run out and buy 10,000 more rings.
Wow. Dodgers 4, D-backs nothing. Van Meter aboard on the walk. Ramos at the plate. Shows bunt, pulls it back, ball 1. Arizona's put the leadoff man on each of the last 3 innings, somewhat similar to last night, where the Dodgers had a comfortable 5-1 win. That was partially because Arizona couldn't do anything once they got guys on. 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Hit sharply. Could be two. There's one. There's two. 4-6-3 double play. Wipes him clear.
There's such a timing to the game, and you've got to make so many decisions, and Trey Turner knows, take your time. After a ball's hit at you that hard on one hop, just take your time, get the out. Pull it out of your webbing, too, as that one was hit so hard it almost went through his glove. The first out of last inning, Trey realized it was only a one-out play and just took his time and gave it to Corey. They got the one out. And that one, you knew it was an easy two, but you could still take your time.
Two gone. Jake McCarthy out of the 8th spot. Looks at strike one. Talking about 30 wins for McLean on this date. In 1968, Tony Gonsolin trying to become eligible to win this one. If he can get one more out.
The two guys that the Dodgers are trying to build up. Clayton Kershaw went 4 1/3. Tony here stretching it out. 4 2/3 so far. Looking to get that 5 spot in the innings column.
McCarthy beats the shift, going the other way. So he's 1 for 2.
The Diamondbacks finding some barrels now. The double play was on a barrel. The walk set the table, but it got erased by the twin killing. Mark Pryor with a little visit right here after another barrel.
And with the pinch hitter Andrew Young announced, so that officially ends the day for Luke Weaver. Young, who went 1 for 4 with a double last night, comes up here with 2 gone. Weaver on the hook here. Arizona needing to come from behind to avoid falling 51 games below 500. 51 games?
Yes, that's right. I had it in my notes too, just 50. I was like, wow, that's memorable. 47 and 97.
They came into the season with the same World Series odds as the Giants. They're 47 games behind the Giants. On pace to lose 109. You mentioned this last night. So much fun coming to the park when the team is playing well, when you're playing well individually. So much fun flipping the game on as a fan when your team is winning every night. But the opposite of that is much, much different experience.
Yeah, to follow the Diamondbacks, you got to be a real true fan right now, and you've got to have some patience because it's going to be a rebuild situation. To play for the Diamondbacks right now, you got to really think about on a daily basis improving and improving the whole. Management has a task in front of them.
0-2 comes home. And he gets him with a slider to finish off 5 scoreless. Tony Gonsolin with his best outing of the season. 4-0 and halfway home. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr., the new sourdough star. Now at Carl's Jr., feed your happy. 1 in the first, 3 in the third, 4-0 to the last of the 5th as the Dodgers try to get their 5th consecutive win. And all smiles for Tony Gonsolin, who is probably finished. 3 innings in St. Louis, 5 innings here. 5 innings of shutout ball. And a little bit lower stress. There's been so much traffic against him in his games this season. 2 hits, 2 walks tonight.
Yeah, if that body language with Mark Pryor is telling the story of how he felt really, really good. And it looked like, for me, maybe he was talking about it. I didn't lose many balls arm side high, and when he's had some rough outings, that's where the ball pattern has been. He was locked in and down.
Jake Faria pitched a scoreless 8th inning last night. Delivers to Max Muncy, who fouls this one down the line. Muncy coming off his 33rd home run of the season, using Albert Pujols' bat. 2nd longest one that he's hit this year.
He crushed it, and he knew it was gone, and it was all smiles coming around 3rd, catching Albert's eye in the bench.
And if it ain't broke. So we talked about the average really dipping for Muncy lately. Over the last month, he's hitting just 194. But more than half his hits have been home runs. 19 hits in that time, 10 of them homers. Got a double in addition to the long ball tonight. Leads off this fifth. He's ahead 2-1. Let's check in with Kirsten.
Joe, in the first we saw Seth Beer leave the game. The Diamondbacks have now reported that he left the game with a dislocated left shoulder.
It's kind of what it looked like. The diving attempt on Turner's ground ball in the first inning. Here comes Faria with another 2-2. Muncy chops one to first, fielded by Smith. On to Faria for the first out.
Second base, Trey Turner.
Hey, you know how we saw Scherzer last night on Kershaw's hit, throwing his hands up in the air, saying that's not fair. I don't have a hit all year. Kershaw comes back, he gets a hit on this half swing, this little roller, his first time back in 2 months, and it looked like Scherzer was just yelling to anybody who would listen. He was actually responding to Trey Turner, who immediately, as Kershaw reaches first base, starts giving all kinds of heck to Scherzer. There's a high drive to left center field. Peralta's back. He's on a roll. There it goes. Home run, Trey Turner. Second of the night for the Dodgers, 22nd of the year for Turner, and it's 5-0.
What a beautiful swing. The tuck, the extension, and it pretty much was no doubt. There have been some long fly balls falling short, but not this one.
Five of his 22 this year have come on the first pitch.
He's probably trying to find Max Scherzer and say that's the way you need to hit it if you want to get a hit.
See how that's done?
Yeah.
So swing like Trey with Albert's bat. Got it.
And if you miss it, just hit it like Clayton did. You'll beat it out.
Yeah, they do it too. 0-2 on Seager. He's down swinging, 2 out. So here's what we're talking about if you didn't happen to catch this last night. Kershaw's first debut off of the IL, first debut in more than 2 months. He gets a hit out of that. Scherzer's gone all year without one, and Turner's all over.
Max was a guest on the pregame show today and gave the blow by blow right here.
Want to know on Justin Turner? Part of the reason it's been such a smooth transition for Scherzer to LA, he says, that he's had a familiar face of Trey Turner, who spent so many years in Washington with. Had that sound, but he was under it. When it comes down, Marte's waiting to put it away and end the fifth. But the Dodgers get another home run. Trey Turner with his 22nd this year. Second extra base hit of the game. Second driven in, and it's 5-0. Inside the box score brought to you by Kona Brewing Company. Tony Gonsolin, 5 scoreless tonight.
Just love the way he commanded the baseball. This wasn't a fight at all for him. It was a fight for the Diamondbacks. He was commanding the strike zone, getting ahead, had all his pitches working, the slider, the curveball, the splitter, and really dominated with the fastball. An outstanding outing for his second one coming back, and not tongue-in-cheek, very encouraging.
Who's in, who's out? Brought to you by In-N-Out. After Gonsolin, it is David Price, who's been back and forth between the rotation and the bullpen this year, settling back into the bullpen. He's happy to do so, and the Dodgers are happy to have him do so because it means the rotation is whole again. But what a valuable piece he's been, plugging that spot for so long. A variety of absences. Ball 1 to the leadoff man, Josh Rojas. We're talking about the rotation getting whole. So they just made one full turn, right?
Yep.
3 earned runs in 31 1/3 in this turn. If they hold on to this lead, it'll be 4-0 with a 0.86.
Well, they're in the middle of a 5-game run that could be a 5-game win streak, and the whole staff has only given up 5 runs over the 5 games, the 4.5 games as of right now. Just another half a game to go to continue this really unbelievable hot streak for the pitching staff.
Rojas for the leadoff hit.
Solid line drive. Mookie makes sure it doesn't get in the gap. Uses some of his second base skills on that hop.
Brings up Marte, who's 1 for 2. One of the 3 Arizona hits in this game.
Arizona's got the leadoff hitter on in 4 innings in a row. A couple times with hits, a couple times with walks.
Back-to-back hits to open this inning. Rojas throws on the brakes. First and second, nobody out.
Arizona hitting it hard, hitting it on the line. Hard to cover that. Dodgers the most efficient defense in baseball, turning batted balls into outs. They are #1.
First time today, even with them getting the leadoff man on 4 innings in a row, first time they've had multiple base runners aboard. Varsho, who's 0 for 2, comes into the series hot. Showed bunt, took a ball.
Definitely trying to bunt for a hit if you would think about laying that down 5-0. You're not sacrificing.
What a view.
I was going to say, what a shot that is.
Broken bat flare, caught by Turner. Both runners back safely.
Justin is processing right now whether he could just kind of push that ball towards third base on the ground with his glove. Picked it up, steps on third, throws to first. He's been having a discussion with Alan Porter on how he should have played that.
Need a little more air time or a little more hang time to really be able to get creative.
There's a game they play called flip, where you guys are 3, 4 guys, 5 guys in a circle, and you're flipping it off your glove to each other, and you use the heel of your glove a lot. And that's the kind of thing that Justin might have thought about doing, is let that light line drive kind of hit off the palm / heel of his glove, and it would just lay like an Easter egg right there, right in front of him, where he could just pick it up, step on third, and throw to first.
Or even second, and you're looking at a potential triple play.
Yeah, possibly second, because they're going to freeze.
Oh, and 1 on David Peralta. 0 for 2 out of the cleanup spot tonight. Price deals. And it's 1-1.
You think about that type of play in a bunt situation, because, you know, as a pitcher, as a third baseman charging, you think about, okay, if he pops this up, I'm just going to let it lay at my feet. I'm going to act like I'm going to catch it and then just let it lay at my feet. And then you've got that possible double play.
One and two.
Really a key point in the game. 5-0. First and second, no out. Now first and second, 1 out. These next 2 outs for the Dodgers, or the next 2 outs and how Arizona uses them, would really change the whole theme of this game.
Heart of the order up there. Slicing line drive left center field. Base hit for Peralta to get Arizona on the board. Rojas in to score. Throw goes to second, not in time, and an RBI double for David Peralta. Third hit of the inning against David Price after they had just 2 over the first 5 against Gonsolin.
Peralta was not biting at the off-speed stuff, and now he gets a low fastball. And they continue to find some barrels here lately. Cody Bellinger made a nice job not letting this go to the wall, and then the throw to second, even though it was a little off balance, he made a strong, accurate throw and had a chance at second.
So now second and third one gone. Up comes Pavin Smith. Line to center and struck out against Gonsolin. Takes a strike on the corner.
First and foremost, David Price, he just wants to trade an out for a run right here, and then just get the third out and get in the dugout 5-2. If he does figure out a way to get in the dugout 5-1, that would be a bonus, but no more than 1 more.
Here's the 1-1 to Pavin Smith. Tied him up 1 and 2. Joe Kelly getting loose. Josh Bard getting him a water ready.
One of the strengths of the Dodger bullpen is in the middle innings you can bring in a stopper like Joe Kelly with his lights out stuff. Your closers at the end of the game with Kenley, that you got Trinan and Bickford and Vesia in front of them. Joe Kelly in the middle if you need a stopper for a high leverage situation. A lot of great arms down there.
Got him swinging. Big second out for David Price.
David Smith swing before this, thought it was a breaking ball that would break more, got tied up. This one ends up being a fastball that runs in on his hands and ties him up. .92 with a little sink. Well, you got a chance to get in the dugout 5-1. It was a big strikeout.
And for Arizona, a big at bat for Josh Van Meter. Flied out his first time, walked his last time. Second and third, 2 away. First pitch from David Price. In there, strike 1. Strike 2.
Looking for 1 or 2 more quality pitches. A lot of traffic, but only 1 run, and you can feel pretty good about this inning as you get this guy out right here.
Two on, 2 out, and an 0-2 pitch. Able to stay alive. Dodgers won 5-1 last night. They lead 5-1 tonight. Trying to get their 5th win in a row, and at this point it looks like again trying to keep pace with the Giants. 3-1 7th inning in San Francisco, although the Padres have a man on against Anthony DeSclafani. Good job.
Padres offense lately, flat tire.
5 runs scored over a 4-game skid. Hooked down the line, foul. Padres, even having lost 4 in a row, and 20 of their last 28 are still tied for the second wild card. Nobody wants it. The Reds, who had it there for the taking, they got beat again today by the Pirates. They've lost 3 in a row in 6 series in a row, yet they're tied for the second wild card.
The Mets are still in it almost because of that.
0-2 again. Fouled into the glove, strike 3, and Price limits the damage to 1. Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Low rates, big discounts, great insurance. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com. Dodgers up 5-1 here. Giants up 3-1 there. 7th inning in San Francisco. If both scores hold, silver lining to the night is that the Dodgers will clinch a postseason spot. Will Smith, the lead off the 6th for the Dodgers. Jake Faria stays on and pours in strike 1. 1-2.
Will Smith doesn't break a lot of bats. Take a look at this bat with the Walker finish, which is the natural handle and then the black on top. There's a lot of chips out of the top, the paint. That means this one's had some wear and tear. That's why he put it under his arm. He didn't want you to see it.
You're right, though, huh?
Yeah, that bat's been through some wars. It's been in some bat bags on road trips.
Look, he's scraping slivers off the end of it. Leading off this 6th inning. Watches that spin off of the plate, and the count evens 2-2. You get some guys with a bat that they go on a hot streak with, they'll do anything to keep alive.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Guys pamper their bats. They bone them. After the game, they'll put them in a sanitary hose and put them in a special bat bag and have a special place in their locker where nobody can touch their gamers. And then there's the guys that are kind of footloose and fancy free with their bats. They'll just put them in the general bat rack that's in the locker room that's right by the door usually, so as you walk out to the field you can grab a couple bats out of the bat rack. They're yours. Bring them down, put them in your little cylinder in the dugout. A lot of guys treat them like they're kids.
2-2. Full count.
Or actually this part of the season where guys will start changing the weight and maybe even sometimes a little bit of the length of their bat because the season has been long and they can tell that their bat speed's not the same, so they'll drop an ounce.
High drive, left center field. Will Smith parks it up the pavilion about 6 or 7 rows. Long gone and a 6-1 lead on his 24th.
That bat is going to get put away. Oh, right there in the corner. With that swing and as hard as he hit it, he might have chipped some paint off of it. This is not a broken bat swing. That is right on the barrel. That's a short, compact, and powerful swing.
3rd home run of the night for the Dodgers. They are 20-1 when they do that. And they lead this one 6-1. Taking that run right back. Getting Bellinger to the plate to take ball 1. So Smith has one. Trey Turner has one. Max Muncy has one. What they hope will be an extension of this winning streak, trying to get it to 5. And it's following a similar format. Excellent pitching and an offense that's looking more like the offense they expected. On a 2-0. Bellinger watches a strike. 2-1. 3-1. Ball 4. If Varsho catches that, might be a strike, but not going to get the call when he doesn't squeeze it. And Bellinger's on. A word from Nissan.
This Dodgers broadcast is brought to you by the all-new 2022 Nissan Pathfinder.
First walk of the night issued by Arizona pitching. Here's Lux. Big bounce to first on the short hop. Smith has it. Feeds first. Not in time. Lux hustles it out and reaches. They want a challenge.
From the left side of the batter's box, hustling the whole way. And boy, the feet arrive almost simultaneously, but it looks like he's going to be out.
Been a lot of calls overturned in these couple of games. I'm assuming this is going to be overturned.
How about the assumption the ball's going in the glove, because his head was going to the bag to find it before the ball hits the leather. Watch where his head goes. It's got another 12, 13 inches to get into his glove, and then he gets him by an inch.
Bang, bang play, but probably going to be overturned. That was quick. Lux retired. One away, and a pinch hitter coming up against Faria. It's Matt Beatty.
Hitting for the Dodgers. Number 45, Matt Beatty.
One ball, no strikes.
Dave Roberts keeping Matt Beatty relevant, wanting to get this bat going too. Not going to get a lot of opportunities, but any chance he can get to get this bat going.
Here's a throw down to second, not in time to get Bellinger. Count goes to 1-1. Bellinger runs. Beatty pulls a bullet foul.
Cody gets on with a walk, but once he gets on, you start to remember all the ways that he can impact a game. And those wheels in the outfield on defense, the way he can run the bases.
Dodgers got one in the first, three in the third, one in the fifth, one in the sixth. Leadoff home run from Will Smith in this inning. Bellinger at second, one gone. Pinch hitting Matt Beatty out of the 9 spot. On a 1-2 from Jake Faria. Watches ball 2. Two. 2 out.
Faria just threads the needle on that outside corner and gets the call.
Looks like that'll be his last hitter. Here's Torey Lovullo, the manager, with Betts on deck. Go back into the bullpen. Dodgers up 6-1 in the 6th.
Discusses the birth of his daughter during the early stages of the pandemic and how he has experienced his most productive season since joining the Dodgers. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers this Friday, presented by Cadillac.
It's a double switch. Christian Walker is into the game. He'll be due up 3rd in the pitcher's spot next inning. And the new pitcher is the former Dodger farmhand Brent DeGus, who got off to a good start with the Diamondbacks this year, but has a 10.80 ERA over his last 9 games.
Fastball that'll hover around 94, 95 miles an hour. A slider about 10 mile an hour less than that. Really, it's more of a cutter, and then a curveball.
And brought in for a good hitter here in Mookie Betts, who's 1 for 3, extending his hitting streak to 7 games tonight. Trying to extend the lead here. Bellinger at second. DeGus deals, and Betts takes a ball.
A few nights ago, we were looking at this batting order, saying the top of the order is the only place they were getting it done. Well, the last few games, 6 out of 9 guys 2 days ago got on and got there safely. Yesterday, 8 out of 9. Tonight, 7 out of 9 have reached base safely. So it's starting to really lengthen.
Towering fly ball, but playable for McCarthy to end the 6th. Dodgers add 1 on their 3rd home run of the game. This one from Will Smith. 6-1 after 6. Here's the situation. 2.5 games back of the Giants, who lead 4-1 over the Padres in the 8th inning in San Francisco. And here's why it's such a big deal to win the division. If you don't, you're going to play a 1-game knockout against a team that you are way, way better than. And in some sports, that's a great thing. In baseball, that's a terrifying thing. The biggest spread in the history of the wild card game, which goes back to 2011, is 6 games.
Really?
And we're looking at 16.5 right now between the Dodgers and the next best team. Justin Brule. And a 6-1 game here in the 7th.
If you're the first wild card team and you do it by that spread, they should spot you some runs at the beginning of the game. You know, for every 3 games you beat them by, you get a run.
I like it. It's the kind of difference where, God forbid, well, let's just say the Dodgers line up winning the division, Giants play in the wild card game and get beat. Okay, so 103-win Giants team gets beat in a 1-game wild card. Leadoff base hit for Ramos, saved by Cincinnati. That's the kind of thing that can spark change. Like in '93, when the Giants won 103 games, lost out in the division when the Dodgers beat them on the final day, blew them out on the final day to get the Braves in. That led to change. They added the wild card in '94. We've talked some about other potential postseason formats. I don't know if we've agreed on one that makes a ton of sense. I think we agree you don't want to add too much to devalue the regular season.
Yeah, what if you are the first wild card team and you beat the second wild card team by, let's say, 6 games or more? You get a bye. There is no game. You know, that keeps the value of the regular season, keeps the other teams involved, but you've got to stay involved. Where we're fighting not to, you know, lose our wild card position. We're fighting to stay close to the Dodgers, close enough that we actually get to play that game.
0-2 on McCarthy.
And that's completely off the top of my head.
Yeah, my phone's already blown up with TV executives saying, "Nope, not going to do it."
Okay, we'll go back to spotting them some runs.
Yeah. So McCarthy is the first out of the inning. Justin Brule trying to keep up his excellent work. 13 out of the 14 games he's pitched in the big leagues, he's put up zeros.
There are pitchers that are predictable, and then there's Justin Brule, who you're predicting the fact that the ball is definitely going to move left to right, but you don't know how big and how fast. Because he's going to throw the fastball, but it's going to have a little cut to it.
Opposite field base hit on the first pitch that Christian Walker sees tonight. Betts doesn't get it cleanly, and so Ramos ends up at third.
He's also going to throw that cutter and that slider, and that one got placed into right field. Piece of hitting, getting inside the ball and pushing it over there, beating the defense. I don't think this will be judged an error, because I think he's going to make it to third no matter what. He wasn't hesitating.
Another inning with the Diamondbacks putting some traffic out there. Actually have as many hits as the Dodgers in this game. Low on Rojas, ball one. How about this for a wild card setup? So just using the standings as they are now. Say it's Dodgers against Padres. Dodgers have the best record, so they host. They have to win 1. The Padres would have to win 2 in 1 day. So you play in the afternoon.
Yeah.
If the Padres win, then it becomes a doubleheader, and the winner of that one moves on.
I like that format a lot.
Flied into shallow center field. Bellinger sprinted on, still coming, and Seager's out there to catch it over the shoulder. Where'd he come from?
I never saw his head turn and find the ball, but I was completely concentrating on Cody Bellinger. Now I'm going to look at Seager. All right, he tracks it there. Oh, there he's got it. Wow. Wow is right. And the guts to keep going, because he's got to hear footsteps. What a play. Oh, my. Oh, my is right.
It's a big second out there for Brule. What a play by Corey Seager.
It was.
Looks difficult and is more difficult than it looks. 2 on 2 out. Ketel Marte fouls it off, strike 1. I think that'd make for some good TV too. You know, potential doubleheader day.
I really like that. Did you just think of that one on the top of your head, or is it that been
I'd like to say that, but I know that I've seen it somewhere. Somebody deserves credit. Just don't know who.
Okay. Yeah, I really like that, because as far as the contractual obligations as far as television,
you get the one game, second is a bonus.
Yeah, you're filling it.
And then you're not diminishing the regular season at all. You're not adding teams to water it down.
And the differential between the second wild card team and the champion of the division that you might play, you're diminishing their pitching in the 2 games, because it took them 2 games to get there. So you're giving the advantage to the team that won in the regular season also again. I think that one's got some legs.
So again, the home team, the top seed in the wild card game, has to win just 1. The road team, the bottom of the 2 wild card teams, would have to sweep a doubleheader. Fly to center field. Bellinger running back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. It's gone, and it's a new game. 3-run home run for Ketel Marte, and it's 6-4.
This ball is crushed, and he supplies a lot of the power himself. It's a breaking ball, and it's hit to the opposite field by a right-handed hitter, and he backspins it out of there.
Marte with his 12th in this injury-shortened season. Played about a half season. And it's a 6-4 game as Varsho stands in and takes the ball. For Brule, the first home run that he's allowed in the big leagues. First run that he's allowed in more than a month. 2-0 to Varsho. Ball 3. Strike 1.
Good job getting back in the count. The 3-0 count. Shying away from contact, but now getting right back in.
That sounded like an amazing play.
Right up there with Corey Seager's.
So Brule's worked it back full. Here it comes to the payoff. Varsho swats it foul. Do it again. Pop fly, shallow center field. Justin Turner over there in the shift will make the catch and end the inning, but a 3-run home run for Ketel Marte. We stretch in a 6-4 game. Coming up on our Nissan calendar, one more game on this homestand. Arizona tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Julio Urias goes for the Dodgers. D-backs haven't announced yet who is going for them. And the final road trip of the year begins with a 3-game series in Cincinnati. Next game probably brought to you by your Southern California Chevy dealers. Julio Urias trying to add on to his major league leading 17 wins.
He is marching that total close to 20. Boy, if he gets to 20, what an accomplishment. What a year is he having.
2, 3, and 4 for the Dodgers coming up here. Ball one from DeGus to Muncy. What a night these guys are having. Muncy and Trey Turner, who coming in relatively struggling. Muncy for the last almost month now. Turner the last week or so. Combined, they've gone 4 for 6. 2 home runs, 2 doubles. Driven in 4 to 6 runs. Scored 3 of the 6. On a 2-0, Muncy watches a strike.
Well, now that Arizona has shown some life offensively and pulled a little closer at 6-4, these Dodgers have been consistent tonight. They've scored in 4 of their 6 offensive innings, so they've still got something left in them.
Good change piece there, 2-2.
Go from a comfortable lead to looking for some insurance.
Full count.
Isn't that the reason right there that you always think that Max Muncy is coming out of his slump? Because he's got such good command of the strike zone and he's not swinging it, breaking balls in the dirt where you go, oh, this could be a long slump.
Rarely looks lost.
Yeah.
Leading off this 7th. Checks his swing, ball 4. Borderline pitch, but able to take it. On for the 3rd time tonight and on to start the 7th inning.
The last two prime examples that he's going to find a way. When he finds a way, plus is swinging it well, that's when he is devastating.
Leadoff man aboard from one hitter having a good night to another. Trey Turner doubled home the first run in the 1st inning and then hit one of the 3 Dodger home runs in the 5th.
He's got some pop, he's got some wheels, he's got a glove and an arm, and he is a 5-tool player. And right there, he shows you the power. Might win the batting crown with that kind of pop.
.22 home runs, career high form. Previous high was 19. He did that in 2018 and 2019. On a 1-0 from DeGus, he takes ball 2.
Hit now, get some runs now to make sure you don't hit in the bottom of the 9th.
On 2-0, Turner takes a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. Now the Dodgers during this 4-game winning streak have trailed for a total of a half inning. Arizona scored in the top of the 1st inning last night. Dodgers got 3 in the bottom of the 1st. That was the only time they've had a deficit. 4-pitch walk, first 2 each.
The Dodgers take on the Padres this Tuesday, September 28th, and the first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a Julio Urias bobblehead presented by Security Benefit. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
So Muncy and Trey Turner combined now 4 out of 6. 2 homers, 2 doubles, 2 walks. Tyler Clippard was warm in last inning, but he's taking a seat. Looks like this is Brett DeGus's inning. For better or for worse for Arizona.
Arizona desperately needing a 0 to be posted. Kind of a shutdown inning after they get off the mat. Dodgers saying not so fast. And especially when you're disciplined enough to lose a portion of your lead like the Dodgers did, but then come up and no panic, just take a couple of walks.
Joe Mantiply loosening. Seager walk and 0 for 2. Coming to score after he reached on an error in the third. And 2. DeGuss 2 out of his first 10 throwing strikes in this inning. First 2 that he tosses here. Seager's all over. Muncy at second, Trey Turner at first, and Seager fouls it again.
Tried to slow Corey down even more with that curveball, the same one that Muncy took. They are not chasing that pitch. They're recognizing it early.
The 1-2. Good take.
That's very frustrating for a pitcher when hitters are recognizing your out pitch and spitting on it. You're like, I got to go back to the drawing board. I don't know where my out pitch is.
Especially a guy who has struggled the way DeGuss has and makes some good pitches, but pitch just ain't biting. That's a bullet of a base hit to right. They go station to station. They're loaded up with nobody out.
Well, we saw Muncy and his knowledge of the strike zone lead to a walk. You see Corey Seager lay off of 2 breaking balls down, one very close, but then he's still up there in the batter's box, forcing you to throw another pitch and try and find another way to get him out. You make a mistake and he makes you pay.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's Justin Turner, who broke the game open on Sunday with a late home run. Trying to get the Dodgers that breathing room back. Wall's closing in a little bit. 1 ball, no strikes. Turner's knocked in 6 in his last 2 games. Chance for more here with Muncy, Turner, and Seager aboard. One. Crowded him a bunch tonight.
They really have. They've attacked him up and in. And I'm glad they haven't gotten close to his hands.
Fouls it off. It's 1-2. Turner has 1 grand slam in his career. Came earlier this year against these Diamondbacks.
That was on the inner half right there. Shows you how he can turn on that if he's expecting it, or he wants to just get the head to it and keep it fair.
Scored 22 runs that night. Two walks and a single to load him up. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Justin Turner, who hits a high drive to deep right field. Ramos backpedaling, has room. Plenty deep enough to bring home the runner from third, and it's 7-4. Sacrifice fly, Justin Turner, scoring Max Muncy.
Catcher number 16, Will Smith.
One gone, here's Smith. He's got a home run tonight, one of the 3 for LA.
The hits just keep on coming. Dodgers with 8 hits tonight, and they have punished the fastball. 7 of the 8 hits have been on the heater. And really, that has been built because they've laid off the off-speed stuff and stayed in their counts and stayed in the box.
Will has hit more home runs off elevated fastballs like that than any hitter in the National League. 15 out of his 24. How he still sees fastballs up there, I don't know. Comes back to get the corner, 1-1. Overall, he's one of the best in the league against fastballs. He's one of the worst in the league against breaking balls. Of course, that doesn't live in a vacuum. You can't go up there and just throw a breaking ball after breaking ball after breaking ball. Those need the context of some harder stuff. But when he's gotten it, he's typically done damage with it. Ahead here, 2-1. Trey Turner at third, Corey Seager at first. Brett DeGuss home with a 2-1 pitch that Smith hits foul. And it evens up 2-2.
You know, we've been waiting for this offense to click, and we've been talking about how the pitching has been carrying them over the last 35 games for the best record in Major League Baseball. I'm not thinking we're having to wait anymore.
Fly to left. Peralta goes back to catch it. It's another productive out, and they get 2 runs here. They lead at 8-4. Getting some of that comfort back.
Yeah, I think this offense is woken up from their nap. They were doing just enough for 35 games and having a record of 27-8, but here tonight, this is definitely a night that they have covered for the pitching. They are alive and well.
2 walks, a single, and now 2 sacrifice flies will spell the end of the night for Brett DeGuss. Dodgers with runs in 3 consecutive innings. Joe Manaply comes on. Here in the 7th inning after the D-backs got 3 in the top of the inning to make it interesting.
Cody's probably going to see a lot of Manaply's slider. He'll throw that almost 50% of the time to lefties. And then if he does throw him the fastball, which is going to average right around 91, 92 miles an hour, probably take that out of the curveball slider window and throw it up like Cody has struggled with. If you know your holes and you know your weaknesses and you've been working on them, you've got to expect them and try and cover them right here.
Bellinger facing the most used piece out of this bullpen. 46 game for Joe Manaply, whose first pitch This is in, ball one. A lot of the most used pieces no longer with this pen, either down in AAA or they've been traded or designated for assignment. But Manopli's done enough to stick around. Seager at first, 2 gone. Here's the 1-0 pitch after a throw over.
Dodger offense did their job this inning so far. They have kind of deflated Arizona. They climbed back into the game, but Dodgers jumped right back on them.
One.
It's a different feeling on a ball club when a team is being carried by an offense compared to a pitching staff. On a pitching staff, when they're getting it done, you're kind of like, we're accomplishing our goal, we're getting it done, but there's not a complete vibe on the team. When the offense is getting it done and they're producing like this, you feel like you can beat anybody because you don't need the excellent pitching that night. You feel like you're always in every game. When the pitching staff fails a little bit early and the offense is struggling, it's like, this is going to be a lot of work. We got an issue. But when you got an offense that's producing like these Dodgers have the last 3 games, you feel like you can win any game.
3-1 on Bellinger.
And if you get the excellent pitching, you dominate. And it's a different vibe on the club. It's a different vibe in the locker room, on the bus, on the road, the whole feeling.
Feeling they've had many times during this run where they've won 8 straight division titles. It's not synced up this year too much. That's a jam shot. Caught it short. And the inning is over. But the Dodgers get 2 right back on sacrifice flies from Justin Turner and Will Smith. Now the Dodger offense really starting to hit its stride during this winning streak. Showed signs coming out of it. Winning 4 in a row, and they've exploded tonight for 8 runs. They've spread it throughout the game. They've hit 3 home runs. They've had a couple sacrifice flies. And they lead 8-4 as we move along to the 8th.
It's nice to see them use all the categories for how an offense functions, from the productive outs we just saw to taking their walks to setting the table and to pounding on the fastball like they have tonight.
Blake Trinan comes in. Having a wonderful season, leading the National League in holds. One of the most unhittable individual pitches in baseball in his slider. Although he gave up a couple hits on that slider his last time out. He'd given up 4 on the slider all year. And then the Padres got 2 his last game over the weekend. Delivers strike 1 to David Peralta. Quickly 0-2. There is that slider.
It is not hard to recognize.
Nope. For us, that hitter.
Yeah, for a hitter, no, forget it.
Another 0-2.
Another slider.
Another check of the bat. Hey, by the way, after we have a whole conversation about how Will Smith's bat looks like he's been using it all summer, he broke it.
He had a home run with it first.
Yeah. He probably had about 20 home runs with it.
And then he got an RBI on the sac fly, but yeah, definitely that bat broke.
Strikeouts open the inning for Trinan.
2 sliders in that he fights off, but establishes the inside part of the plate at a slower speed than this fastball. That's number 10, Joe.
Oh, yeah. Jumbo jacks for everybody tomorrow.
Number 18, Carson Kelly.
It's just for the LA restaurants, for not the people that are listening in Cheesehead world.
Correct. I don't know if they have Jack in the Box there. So Carson Kelly pinch hitting. Fouls off the first one from Trinan. This is the pitcher's spot, even though it's 5th in the order by virtue of an early double switch. So Kelly, who went 0 for 3 last night, is up there here. He breaks his bat as he checks on Seager. 2 up and 2 down.
Have you noticed it being a little chillier here tonight?
Yeah.
Down to 63 degrees.
Wow. Extended forecast I checked a couple days ago. I didn't see anything above mid-80s for the next couple weeks.
Getting closer to October baseball.
When the weather typically gets really hot again around here. Remember World Series 17? It was like 103 game 1. 2 gone, Josh Van Meter. That October chill in the air. 102 at first pitch. Strike 1. They've gone final in San Francisco. The Giants, for the first time since 2004, have won their 9th in a row. And so if the Dodgers hold on to this lead, they'll clinch postseason berth. And we'll keep pace with the Giants. Stick within 2.5 if they can hang on. Boy, if the Padres don't get it going, Dodgers probably aren't winning the division, because the Giants play the Padres for half of their remaining games.
It was 9 games going into today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 8 of the 17 left now.
Be glad that the Padres are fighting for the other wild card spot. They're not putting up much of a fight right now.
No. 5th consecutive defeat. They've scored 5 runs total in that 5-game skid. And they've lost 21 of 29.
That kind of fall. It's surprising they're still got a shot.
It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, everybody involved in that wild card hunt struggling. Routine flying left for Gavin Lux. His first play of the night. He has some fun with Cody Bellinger stemming from last night. 1-2-3 inning for Blake Trinan.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Dodgers up 8-4. Now it's Max Muncy, Jerry, using Albert Pujols' bat, hitting bombs.
Tell you what, Tio Alberto making an impact even on the bench.
These 2 guys will break it down. Plenty of reaction coming right up.
All right, boys. Tyler Clippard coming into the game. Last of the 8th inning, Dodgers doubling up the Diamondbacks 8-4.
A few at bats now for the Dodgers where they can loosen it up a little bit and also just get a good feel for what they're doing at the plate. The game doesn't seem to be on the line, but you want to feel good about your approach, and you might get to see something really exciting after Gavin Lux.
We've seen his bat tonight. Now we're going to see him bat. Ball 1 on Lux. Albert Pujols. One of the gifts of 2021 if you're a Dodger fan. English on that thing and into the net.
That was a long run right there.
Come to Jansen and Shane Green. Jansen, in case this thing stays here, I guess. And Green if they add on. fly down the line, but foul. Into the corner it goes for Ramos. And here comes Pujols.
He's hitting for the Dodgers, number 55, Albert Pujols.
His customary tip of the helmet. Whatever pitcher he's facing, whether it's a 20-year veteran or a 20-year-old rookie, shows the same respect. Always gives a smile. And always brings this crowd to its feet. First one from Tyler Clippard. 679 career home runs for Pujols. 17 of them this year.
No matter where you are in the game, no matter what the scoreboard says, when he steps into the batter's box, is all eyes on him. It is a special time. For some people, it brings back memories. For some people, it brings back huge at-bats that he's had where he's come through. And for us now, it's just such a pleasure to see him in a Dodger uniform.
Opposite field base hit Pujols.
His bat works for other people. His bat still works for him.
That's 1 for 4. Singleton scored in the third. Dodgers have really spread the scoring out tonight. 1 in the first, 3 in the third, 1 in the fifth and the sixth, and then 2 in the seventh. Only 2 zeros put up tonight by Arizona pitching. Clippard's 0-1. That's it to sharply on the ground to short. 6-4-3 to retire the side. Let's go to the ninth inning. Dodgers up 8-4, 3 outs away from a 5th straight win. Paternity list. Congratulations to Kenley and his wife Gianni. Baby girl Kajia Kazaya, born a few days ago. 7 pounds 14 ounces, their 3rd child. Kenley trying to keep the roll that he's got going. Non-save situation, but it's been a few days since he's pitched, and really the last week and a half he's not pitched much at all. So they're giving him a chance here in an 8-4 game.
He's actually getting a workload that he could almost design the way this has gone about, with all the parts around him functioning at a very high level. They can use him when they need to or when they want to, and so this has been a perfect trajectory into this hot streak that he's on, coming off a rough time against the Giants a while back now. But he's throwing the ball the most consistent that we have seen all year, and he's using all his pitches. So the hitters really don't know what's coming. It could be the traditional cutter, but he could throw it to both sides of the plate. He'll throw his two-seamer, and that can reach 94, 95, 96 miles an hour with a little different tailing action to it. And then he is throwing the slider, and he'll even throw it back to back.
Jansen had those 3 straight blow-ups in July. He's got a 126 otherwise. 10 out of his last 10. Just 1 run given up in 18 innings over the last month plus. Soft spot of the order here. 7, 8, 9 coming up. Ball 1 on Ramos. Series wraps up tomorrow. Homestand wraps up tomorrow. If Jansen can get these 3 outs here, Dodgers will be going for a perfect homestand. After the disappointing trip through San Francisco and St. Louis. Sharply hit. Nice play by Muncy. Springs to his feet and feeds Jansen.
Well, you can talk about the elite pitching the Dodgers are getting. You can talk about the offense waking up, but these gloves have been there the whole way. Boy, did we see an amazing play by Corey Seager lately. We've seen Justin Turner use the leather, Trey Turner, and now Max Muncy over at first. The key to this play after the glove is that quick throw and the confidence that he's going to hit Kenley perfectly on the stride. Do you remember when balls hit the Max Muncy a little over a year ago were like not an adventure, but you weren't too sure? Now it's like
you're sure.
He's strictly above average. Wherever he is, second base, first base, above average.
Number 1 in baseball, first baseman.
Is he really?
Yeah, has been all year.
It just fantastic work that he's put in and made it feel like anything hitting his area, it's an out.
Dodgers looking to move to 40 games above 500. Seager. 2 out.
First baseman number 53, Christian Walker.
Christian Walker came on in a double switch earlier. Singled and scored. Singled on the first pitch that he saw from Justin Brule. Arizona got 1 in the 6th tonight. They got 3 in the 7th. Big story for the Dodger pitching. Tony Gonsolin, 5 scoreless. It looked like Tony Gonsolin of last year and his rookie year.
A lot of needles pointing up right now. Offensive needle, how consistent they are, scoring in multiple innings throughout tonight. The power's there, the productive outs. Really good signs from Clayton Kershaw yesterday, and now Tony Gonsolin tonight.
The 1-1. A little bit low on Walker, ball 2. Here's a 2-1. There's strike 2.
Kenley came into this year with an edge, wanting to be the guy on the mound for the biggest outs. This is the first step right here. It's a big out, and it's a fun out.
Fouled off. Another 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball. First two teams clinch postseason berths. Are in the same division. Two again. Breaking ball, hot shot to third. Turner's got it, and the Dodgers have punched their ticket to the postseason by winning their 5th in a row. 8-4 the final over the Diamondbacks tonight.
They're guaranteed one playoff game right now, but that's not what they're shooting for. They've accomplished a goal, but it's not the goal yet. This is the goal they want.
16 games remain. 2.5 games separate the Giants and the Dodgers in the National League West. Perhaps headed for one of the great finishes in the long, long history of this rivalry. We've got plenty more coming up on the postgame show today. Special postseason clinching edition of the postgame show. Best outing of the year for Tony Gonsolin. 5 scoreless in his second game off of the IL. They hammered 3 home runs and get their 5th consecutive win. For Old and Kirsten, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. And we'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Here we are, 2-2 on Christian Walker. Set on the hill. The right-hander's 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit down to third. Gloved by Justin Turner. Sets his feet, throws to first. That's the ball game. And the Dodgers put another W in the bank. 93 wins for the Dodgers. They clinch a playoff spot officially. So the Dodgers are heading to the postseason.
You know, it's a special moment to be able to get to the postseason for, what is it, the ninth year in a row now. You know, it's quite an accomplishment. We can't ever take the postseason for granted, so this is a pretty special moment, and I know everyone's really excited about it. And, you know, like I said, you can never take this for granted, so just be able to get this done is really special. We missed everyone last year, and that was something we took for granted, was just how special the fans are. And so it's nice to be able to have them back and cheering us on. And, you know, they've been great all year. They've been filling up the stadium every single game. Doesn't matter if it's a day game, night game, midweek, or the weekend. They've been out here all year, and they've been pretty special.
It's a great shirt. It never gets old. We did a little champagne toast, said a few words, and acknowledge the fact that it's a big accomplishment, and you don't ever want to get jaded and not appreciate getting to the postseason, because it's not a rite of passage. And so We acknowledge that, also acknowledge that we got a lot of work to do, and this is just the beginning. I just think that we've gone through a lot of things, and just to encourage guys, or first initially just kind of let them know what they've accomplished to get to this point. And there's a lot of sacrifices, a lot of guys pitching in and picking each other up, coaches, front office, training staff, you know, everyone, scouting, player development. It takes a whole army to get this thing moving forward in the right direction. So there's a lot of people that should be very proud, and to be able to accomplish this in front of the home fans tonight was certainly special. So it's just kind of threading the needle on appreciating it, enjoying the moment, but be ready to play a ball game tomorrow because there's still a lot of work to be done.
I said a few words, Doc said a few words, and enjoyed the moment, but at the same time we know that, you know, there's still a lot of work ahead of us and a lot to be accomplished. So we enjoyed the moment, congratulated everyone, and starting to get ready for tomorrow. You know, it's something that definitely shouldn't be taken for granted. I think, you know, I played on a team in New York that never had an opportunity to make the playoffs, and we've had other guys that have been in other organizations and haven't gotten there, or a few guys over here that, you know, this was their first time. So wanted to recognize it and make sure guys know that it's not something that you take lightly, and you know, enjoy it and appreciate it. But at the same time, you know, our focus is on us and taking care of what's in front of us, and that's kind of the mentality. It has been a kind of an injury-ridden year for us, and there's been a lot of guys up and down and in and out, and again, you tip your hat to the front office and the way that they've been able to build a 40-man roster and go out and find guys that can come in and contribute and help us win ball games and put us in a good place to be able to make a playoff run.